Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Paraptor Keat. Things have been like super hectic for me right now. It's beginning of the year, first of the month, holidays, all that good stuff, you know. So I've been like super busy. I'm trying to make some stuff to put on here, but I've got some stuff in the hopper that I'm trying to kind of edit together, and it's just not coming together just yet. So I just want to do a quick update video on kind of what I've been working on. You can see I've got this nice little tub here full of little dudes. In my last video I talked about how I got the Blood Bowl Orks for Christmas, and I was having fun converting them into fun little dudes. So this is one of them. I'm basically just trying to make these guys commandos, as you can see. So he's looking pretty tough. He's got a little night vision monocle on there, looking pretty cool. I like the way that one turned out. And we got this guy here running into battle with his knife sticking out there. Yeah, cool. All right. And I really like the way this guy turned out. He like looks like some of the official like orc kill team like artwork, you know. Really like the way that turned out. That looks really cool. So, and of course, you know, it's just amazing because you get like two sets of kind of the same figures when you get the Blood Bowl bit. So these are both the same dude, and I just, you know, gave him different arms, gave him different poses, you know. Well, they're the same pose, I just put different bits on them. So this is pretty much the same head and everything, and, you know, I had him shooting his gun kind of gangster style. And he shoots like that so often that he decided to put a sight on his arm plate right there. So on his shoulder pad. I think that's really cool. He's got that big choppa chop. And then of course this guy's getting ready to throw a grenade. I think that looks really cool. He's got, you know, his choppa and slugga strapped to his back. And then this guy looking real cool. You know, like he's giving hand signals to the rest of his guys. I think that just really cool. I like the dynamic poses, and you know, the best part about, you know, these Blood Bowl figures is that everything's pretty much pushed together. So I can just, when I go to paint this, I can just take this part off and get down in there, get all the details. Same thing with that, and then once I'm done painting them, just pop them back together. But you see, like on other figures, you know, you kind of have to just paint them and then hope you put them together and pose them correctly and all that. But with these ones, it's really cool. So, yeah, and I've pretty much just been like buying up just the bits I need off of eBay. It's kind of a fun life hack with this hobby, is that you can buy like individual figures, or people who sell like just blind figures. Like I bought just a freebooter to make this guy, and you know, it's cheaper than just buying like a $50 box of figures just for the couple of pieces you want. So that's a fun little hack. But yeah, this guy here is sort of my, he's going to be my weird boy, because apparently the weird boy model, well, for one, I don't like the way the weird boy model works, and for me, it's all about the aesthetic and customization. But the weird boy model that they sell is apparently like, it's like a resin or whatever, and apparently Games Workshop's resin is not very good or whatever, so it breaks very easily. And then that combined with the fact that it looks really dumb, inspires a lot of people to make their own. So like me, I'm making my own here, and this is just like using just bits from the knob box for the head, and his weird boy stick was just an axe that I cut the blades off of, or a Louschiappa that I cut the blades off of, and then just added a bunch of garbage to make it look like there's like pipes and stuff sticking out, and everything's chained together. And then the basic idea, you know, I've got like a story kind of going on where this guy was captured by the Adeptus Mechanicus or Mechanicum or whatever, and they experimented on him to try and produce make a machine that creates Wa energy so they could like lure orcs into traps and stuff like that. And he was let go, so he's gonna like have like wires sticking out of his head, and he's gonna be wearing like a top hat because he's crazy. And he's gotta smoke that. He's gotta smoke some of that snakebite herb, if you know what I mean, to keep his head straight. Otherwise, he's out there blowing up other orcs' heads on accident with his psychic powers. So he's just gotta keep himself in the right mindset, if you know what I mean. There you go. I think that's fun. It's gonna be fun to sculpt him a little top hat and some wires coming out looking like dreadlocks. You know, and when I paint him up, I think I'm gonna give him a skull face like Baron Samedi, the voodoo saint god, whatever. He basically, if you ever see a skull wearing a top hat, and smoking a cigar, that's Baron Samedi. So, and I'm probably mispronouncing that, but that's okay. It's only someone's culture, right? And then I like the way this guy turned out too. He's also the Blood Bowl orc, and he's got the. Get down here in the light and zoom in. There we go. The Louschiappa. I just like the way it posed. His pose doesn't really lend itself very well to what I was trying to do with the, just like Black Ops looking orcs. So, giving him like a huge chopper, that looks really cool. Looks like he's getting ready to just lay into somebody. He's gonna just, shoulder check somebody right before he just cuts him in half. That looks really cool. As long as we got the close up, let me show you. I just like the cool look on this guy's face. Just like, yeah, man, I'm just chilling. Like, yeah, we can wah, but let's just relax for a while, all right? Just be cool, man. All right. I also got some like Ardboys, as they're called, are pretty cheap compared to some of the other stuff you can get. Ardboys are from the Age of Sigmar set of orc figures. They're kind of cheap, but I mean their poses are very limited. As you can see, I kind of made this guy look like he's lifting his gun up and screaming or whatever. They look better in the pictures all painted up professionally than they do. I just don't like the way the legs look. I don't like the way, I have to make their arms all crazy. I have to do crazy things to make their arms look like that. I don't know. It's just much easier with the Blood Bowl ones to, just cut off the hand, put a chopper in a hand, and call it good. But for these Ardboys, I'm a little disappointed, but I'll make do. I'm like I want to use every part of the buffalo, if you know what I mean. Hopefully I didn't break anything just there. Also, let me just show you. I'm gonna zoom out here. Zoom out. We got that. with this guy here, this is all my stuff that's primed and ready to paint. Set that guy aside for now. So this guy here, this is the custom Boosta Blasta that I primed in black because he's mostly going to be black. I have narrative reasons for why, even though these guys want to race, they're not able to use the color red. I have narrative reasons for that. Because only one person gets to have red on their vehicle. Obviously, I primed that all up black because it's going to be mostly black. Save myself some time of painting. But for these guys, I went ahead and primed them in green. Again, save myself some trouble. I also didn't glue these in because, you know, it's going to be easier to paint these. And I don't think I'm going to glue the... I may glue the driver in place just because of his pose. Like, you can't really do much with that, but I think I could probably make something to where, like, I could replace this driver with a different type of gunner. Maybe just like a def gun or something, and then just, like, you know, green stuff a base for him that'll fit right there. So, like, have different types of gunners up there, like maybe a rocket launcher or something. That'd be fun to play around with, I guess. It's mostly just for my own amusement. I'll probably play the actual Speed Freaks game. I might play some Kill Team, but I don't want to make a huge army of dudes. Like, who has time, right? I say that now, but yeah, I made a bunch of, I got these Stormboys like right after I got that first box at Orks, and I still haven't painted them up yet. I just get too distracted with the assembly part of things. I have so much fun assembling this stuff that I forget to paint them, which is the part I should be working on. So I've got a bunch of Stormboys, and I tell you what, like, Stormboys are like, I don't know, when I think about Warhammer 40k, there are two things that come to mind. There's the a space marine with a slugger and a chainsaw sword, or, you know, with a bolter and a chainsaw sword, and then also an orc with a rocket pack with just a missile tied to his back. So those are the two things I think of. Eventually, I'll probably get around to painting up some Space Marines with chainsaw swords and bolters, but for now, I'm doing up Orks. I was very disappointed that Stormboys are not used in Kill Team. I feel like that is a huge oversight because Stormboys are really cool and they're fun, and they should be allowed in every form of play. As you can see, like, I use the primer method where I sprayed it with a little spritz of the yellow to add highlights to help with, you know, the layering, getting the layering done early. Save yourself some time. I made this guy a kind of like boss knob, turned his power chopper into a power claw. I don't know. He looks okay. And then I was just having fun when I made this guy. His name's Gus. He thinks he's a bird. And that these bombs are his feathers. And, you know, he thinks he's a bird, so they strapped him up with, like, this makeshift rocket. That's just, like, the most precarious thing, thinking, like, oh, if he blows up, he'll, it's no big deal, right? He's crazy anyways. But turns out he's really good. He's even with that makeshift rocket, he's really good, and he just flaps his arms and drops his feathers on the bad guys, and all you gotta do to get him to fight the bad guys, or fight the good guys, I don't know, all you gotta do to get him to fight somebody is just say, like, hey, they stole your eggs, and then he'll just be like, scraw, and flap off after him. And this little guy here, call him Gummer, or Gumma, named after Burt Gummer from the Tremors series. I had this idea for a, he's a Gretchen who's like an arms dealer or whatever, and he's like the kill team leader. And, he's really good at what he does, so he ends up getting a little bit of respect from Orks, but he's not above using his fellow Gretchen as human shields to get the job done. So he's got this Snake Plissken style gun with a big old scope on it and everything. And then the other one I kind of customized. I love this guy. His name's Peepers. He's got glasses on that are basically just targeting sights. I think he's adorable. He's like their numbers guy, but also, he's a crack shot with his grot blasters. Yeah, just having fun. I don't know. A lot of these are fun. Just this guy. I like the way these little grots look. And obviously in Kill Team, grots are kind of clutch because you can use them as shields and stuff, so snipers have to attack them first. And that's just the front of the custom booster blaster. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on. Hopefully I'll have some actual good content for you next week. We'll see. Yeah, that's looking good. All right, so until next time, when hopefully things are a little less hectic around here and I can, make some more interesting stuff. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks everybody who bought the shirt last week from Redbubble. Really appreciate it. Don't know if you heard about it from here or if you just found it perusing Redbubble. Either way, thank you very much. So yeah, until next time, get out there, get crafty, do something fun, do something creative for yourself. Make something that you have to show for it at the end of the day. So you have something physical in your hand that you did, that you can just look at and smile and say, I did that, that's cool. And somebody could say, hey, you did that, that's cool. Yeah, whatever. Just do something with your hands. Get out there, enjoy life. I don't know what to say. If I can do this, you can do this. That's what I'll say. All right. Catch you later, internet friend.